Hi Tera fans, this is Tera Solo Gamer. In this video I'm going to be talking about getting the life level 60 loose cannon title. Currently 3 of my characters have the loose cannon title. It's one of those shiny gold titles that a lot of people like to get. And in this video you're actually going to see 3 more of my characters get it all at the same time. Now currently I have my Valkyrie, who obviously has the title. This is my Reaper, who also has the shiny gold loose cannon title for achieving life level 60. And this is my Slayer, who also has the shiny gold title loose cannon for achieving life level 60. This is my Mystic, who is getting very, very close to getting her level 60. So anytime you want to look at the special level 60s, you just go into your character menu, info, and they're right there. You have PvP. I don't do player versus player, so you won't see any videos on that from me. You have adventure, which is kind of time consuming. Then you have hunting. I have 5 characters with hunting level 60. They have the AlphaGo title. I'll do another video for them. You can see my Mystic is currently life level 59 and very close to life level 60. I actually have 3 characters who already have their life level 60 in the loose cannon title. Now when you go into these, you can always you see at the bottom it says click X to view all rewards for each level. Of course, if you're on PlayStation, it'll be a different button, but it'll tell you which button. And these are life level 2. Anytime you want, you can go in and view all the different life level rewards, no matter what level you are. So no need for me to go through all of them on the time, because you can always view them yourself. And you can see on the right that when she hits level 60, those are going to be her rewards for life level 60. Now, when it comes to getting life level 60, there are different things you can do to earn points towards your life level. And you see on the upper right corner there where it says life level, your XP sources are from gathering, from crafting, fishing, gear enchanting, gear conversion, and life achievements, even though they spelled achievements incorrectly there. Those are actually some of my very favorite things in the game to do. I love to gather, to craft, to fish, enchant, especially after a long, hard day at work. If you're like me and you have a serious career, sometimes when you get home from work, you don't want to do anything too serious or stressful. You just want to kick back, chill, do some virtual fishing or whatever, and just relax and let your mind get over all your responsibilities and stuff that you have. So those are the things that you can do. Now, gathering, I've already done a video on that. If you want to go check it out, it shows you a lot of tips about how to gather. Crafting and gear enchanting. When it comes to life level 60s, the 3 characters already have, to me, those are the 2 fastest ways to get to life level 60. In fact, one of the biggest things I like to do is wait for a gear enchanting event. We used to have gear enchanting events every month or 2, maybe 3, for frost metal gear. But that was back when, we still had lower level gears before frost metal became the lowest level gear. The last 2 enchanting events we've had have been for Stormcry gear. So this last week on Saturday, they started for 5 days a Stormcry enchanting event, which gives you double the chance to enchant Stormcry gear. So what I do is, in between those kind of events, I start gathering up as much gear as I can, just to stick it in the bank or in my inventory and wait. Enchanting materials that I know I'm going to need, I start gathering those up, collecting them. And I'll tell you right now, if you have multiple characters like I do, it helps when some of them have different strengths and they can go out and gather certain things for another character you know is not going to be gathering them. Like in the case of my Mystic, I knew I was going to go for life level. But I have other characters, in fact 5 of them, who have their hunting level 60 already, and they go hunt world bands all the time. And if you saw any of my world band videos, I have each of the level 68 ones has their own video. At the end of each video, you get to see for each of those level 68 world BAMs exactly what kind of enchanting materials they drop. They drop a lot. So if you have, say, 2 characters, and you know one you're going to go for hunting level 60, and you know another you're going to go for life level 60, go for the hunting level 60 first if you plan on hunting world BAMs as part of your plan to get there, because that way you can gather up a whole lot of enchanting materials while you're working on hunting level 60 for the other character, and then when you're working on life level 60 for the different character, you'll already have a lot of enchanting materials available, which makes it a whole lot easier. You know, just one little tip if you have multiple characters. But in the case of life level 60, all those different things, gathering, crafting, fishing, gear enchanting, gear conversion, life achievements, to me personally, doing a lot of crafting and doing a lot of gear enchanting gets you there very quickly. Now, just to demonstrate, we'll go to our parcel post here. And if you look, you'll see I have a bunch of messages. Now, just so you know, I don't know why. The dates are always a few months off when you look at this date. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually date of deletion. I keep thinking that's a date, but that's not the date it's delivered. But you can see today's February 4th. Yesterday I got a whole bunch of life levels on February the 3rd. And you can see that for the few days prior, those are maintenance rewards, but for the few days prior to that, I actually went up a whole bunch of life levels. You can see all those life level increase rewards. And I think we're going to start right about here. Okay, so January 30th, we had the Stormcry Enchanting event going on for several days. I really started focusing on her life level 60. I think she was around life level 22 or 20-something when I started. And then from January 30th to February 3rd, which was yesterday, for a period of 5 days, she went all the way up to level 59 in 5 days. And she's almost ready to pop 60. And that was all from, in her case, I was actually working on 3 characters at the same time for their life levels. My Berserker, my Lancer, and my Mystic here. When my Berserker started out with enchanting a whole lot of gear, when I got to the point to where she was almost out of golden derricks for enchantments, I went to my Mystic, and I went ahead and in crafting, I made her a master. Your crafting menu is right here under your character. Those are the items you can craft. I went ahead and made her a master smelter because my Berserker is already my master etcher, and she already had a artisan level for something else, so I didn't want to give up, you know, her mastery and her artisan. So I went to my Mystic because I knew I was going to work with my Mystic anyway, also get her to level 60. So I made her a master so she could start smelting golden derricks for the Berserker. So every time the Berserker needed more golden derricks, I was coming here and simply enchanting. The first 4 days out of the 5 that you saw, the only thing my Mystic did was enchant golden derricks. Not enchant, I'm sorry, craft. We're crafting. I keep getting the words crafting and enchanting mixed up. When you're in this menu, you're crafting. When you're taking a piece of equipment or weapon or whatever, then you're enchanting. All right, so my Mystic started crafting golden derricks and golden plates whenever my Berserker needed more. And then once I was getting close enough with my Berserker, I also started working with my Lancer as far as enchanting gear. And with my Lancer, when she would start running out of golden derricks or golden plates, I would go back to my Mystic and craft more golden derricks and golden plates for the Lancer. So that first 4 days, all I did for all those levels was craft golden derricks and golden plates. And you saw how many levels I went up in 4. As a matter of fact, I counted them for the 4 days. Before I began enchanting gear, just from crafting, I had gone up 18 life levels. I counted all those messages to see what I had done in the first 4 days. So 18 levels, 4 days, strictly for crafting. Obviously, you can get yourself to life level 60 based on crafting alone if you wanted to. But the enchanting does also boost really quickly. So when you see my Berserker and my Lancer in a little bit, you will know that the vast majority of their stuff was actually done based on enchanting gear. And then they also did some crafting of certain items. Like my Lancer, I actually made an artisan for alchemy. Yeah, because I was running out of emeralds. So on my Lancer, I went to artisan level alchemy so that my Lancer could start crafting emeralds for themselves and for everyone else. So if you happen to have multiple characters, and honestly, if you have only one character, it really doesn't hurt to make a second character. Just get it to level 65, because that only takes a few hours without even any special boosts or anything. Get them up to an artisan or even a mastery level and something different from the first one. And that will actually help you with enchanting or crafting certain things that you may need for enchanting your gear and stuff. Now, in my case, 5 of my characters are masters, each in a different craft. So anything I need to craft, I can go ahead and craft it with no issues. And one of the most recommended, if you are going to get into crafting, I need to do a crafting video. I haven't done it yet. I'm talking too much about crafting right now. I'll do a crafting video where I go into more of this stuff. But I will tell you that when it comes to smelting and processing, siglos and plates and derricks are amongst the highly recommended items, because also when you have those gear enchanting events, if you're not planning on really using the stuff yourself, you can actually craft a lot of it, sell it through the trade broker, make yourself some profit because of all the other people who are running out of it, but they haven't, done their own masteries or artisans for doing their own crafting. So they go to the trade broker and buy a whole lot of them at once when those events are going on. So just a little tip there. I do need to stop talking about crafting, because that needs to be a different video. Sorry. Now I'm going to go to my bank.
How can I help?
Because I'm still talking about crafting, but that's because crafting is directly related to what we're doing, since I'm recommending that crafting and enchanting are your 2 major things to do to get your life level up to 60. And when you are crafting, and I covered this in the gathering video, because I'll mention production points here in a little bit again, and in my gathering video I talk about production points, because of course once you run out of production points, either gathering or crafting, you can't gather or craft anymore. Now some of those items you can get to get production points back instantly are aged Elanus tears, which will give you back 4,000 production points. Fermented moonlight fruit, which will give you an extra 500 production points back. Elanus tear, this is regular one, 1,000 production points. And I think that was it. Oh, Crafter's Cure-All. That's also 4,000 points. Now, these kind of items sometimes drop from special events. I believe I had gotten a whole bunch of one of them in December when we had the annual Santa hunting event. I believe I was getting a lot of the either Elanus Tears or Crafter's Cures, something like that. So that's a good way to farm some once a year in December. Some other events will drop it. Sometimes we might have a daily login event, which may give you some Elanus Tears or something. So there are different ways to get it, but if you can't get them right away, the trade broker normally sells them. Now, if you go in here, it will do partial word searches. So instead of typing the whole word Elanu, I'll type in, well, no, I'm going to type in the whole word because I'm afraid if I type in just Ellen. Okay. I was afraid it was going to show up a bunch of, yeah, we have some Ellens here. But this time it's okay. If you do a partial word search, you might end up with a lot of words that you don't really want. But Elanus tier, for example, right now, people have them listed the lowest price, 5,000 gold. In an Elanus tier, it'll give you 1,000 production points back. But what I actually want to look at is aged Elanus tier. Okay, right now in aged Elanus tier, the cheapest ones listed are for 14,900. But we saw that the Crafter's Cure-All does exactly the same thing as an aged Elanus tier. Either one, no matter which one you take, you're going to get back 4,000 production points. So there's no difference between the two other than the name. Now, aged Elanus tier, 14,900. Now I'm going to look for a Crafter's Cure-Alls. And again, we can do partial word searches. Now, Crafter's Cure-All, the cheapest ones are 20,800. The aged Elanus tier, which does exactly the same thing, was 14,900. So you can save yourself about 6,000 gold for each one if you do a little comparison shopping in the trade broker. They both do exactly the same thing, but for whatever reason, people like to list Crafter's Cure-All for a lot more money, even though the aged Elanus tier is exactly the same thing with a different name. So anytime you're looking for something in the trade broker, if you know that there is another item out there that will give you exactly the same thing that you need, do your comparison shopping. Look them both up, because like I said, Crafter's Cure-All, 20,800. But the HL new tier, which also gives you 4,000 production points back, only 14,900. You're saving almost 5,900 gold is what you're saving for each one you buy. And if you're doing what I have been doing, which is powering through a lot of crafting, you're going to eat up a whole lot of HL news tier or Crafter's Cure-All. Now, I happen to already have some on hand. Matter of fact, I used to have a few hundred of the old elite, I think they were Crafter's Cures, from back when we used to get those in our daily elite boxes, but I have burned through all of them. They're gone. Okay, so we went through all of that. Now, when you're looking at your crafting and you want to know what you're going to craft, again, Golden Derricks was a necessity because I had other characters who were doing enchanting, and then once I got through those two with this character, I also started enchanting, so I needed more Golden Derricks and golden plates and whatever. Okay, so you're sometimes going to be crafting because that's the item you need to craft. And again, on my Lancer, she can't craft them here, but my Lancer needed to craft emeralds for the characters to use because we needed emeralds for enchanting. Now, I do know for a fact, because I checked it on my Lancer, if I craft, yeah, that's the right one. If I craft 10 emeralds, it's going to give me 250 experience points for my life leveling. And this is where I get to the part where I'm going to tell you, when it comes to leveling any of these, and right now we're talking about life level, we see the XP sources up there. Now, the thing is, you don't know for any of those items you're doing how many points you're going to get for your life experience. And the only way to really do that, and what I do a lot because I like to plan out my leveling, and I like to first go out and figure out, okay, what is going to give me the most points? Where am I going to get the biggest bang for my buck? So you look at the bottom under life level there, and you see that we currently have 40,879 life level points towards our life level 60. And overall, for life level 60, we need 41,647. So I need the difference between those two, that many points. But how do I get that many points? I don't know. So I currently have 40,879 points, and I'm going to write that down because I can't remember numbers for that long. Okay. And I will go into my crafting. And you do the same thing with gathering. Before you gather a certain piece of material, look at those points I just showed you. Right there, life level, 40,879. Write that down. Go gather one piece of material. Go gather 10, go gather 20, however many you want to know, okay, if I gather this many, how many points will I end up with? And in this case, I'm crafting, so I wrote down how many points I currently have. I can currently craft golden derricks and golden plates in here and some other stuff that's hidden. So I'm going to look at, okay, if I craft 10 golden derricks, how many life level points will that give me? We'll go ahead, this take a few seconds. And again, all I'm doing is I've written down how many life level points I currently have. I'm crafting 10 golden derricks because I want to figure out if I craft 10 golden derricks, how many life experience points is that going to give me? Because there's nothing in the menu that shows me how many life level points I'm going to get. That was a crit bonus. When I do a crafting video, I'll cover that kind of thing. All right, now I have crafted 10 of these golden derricks. Now I can go back up here, look at my life level. I now have 41,129 experience points for life. 41,000. And I'm writing that down. Now I'm going to do my little elementary school math. I'm going to do some subtracting. So 250 life experience points if I craft 10 golden derricks. Now you can imagine when you're crafting a few hundred or a few thousand at a time because you got someone else who's enchanting like crazy, those experience points add up really quickly. And as you saw in my mail here, all those life level increases were from a period of 5 days. The first 4 days was nothing but crafting golden derricks and golden plates for 2 other characters. And then the last day I was also enchanting and then going back to crafting when I was running out of stuff to enchant. Adds up quickly, and again, bear in mind though what I said about your production points. Because you will run out of production points quickly. As you can see, golden derricks, each time I strike one, it's going to cost me 15 points. Now, you noticed earlier I talked about, and I know for a fact the emeralds, because I tested it on my Lancer, if I craft 10 of them, I also get 250 life experience points, which is exactly the same as 10 golden derrick strikes. Of course, you get like 3 golden derricks each time you do it, but for each hit, you know, it's 250 points for 10 times crafting, either one. But here you'll see the production points each time I strike an emerald are 64. Go back to my golden derricks, it's going to cost me 15. So I can actually do more than 2 times the crafting for golden derricks for the same amount of production points as what it costs me to do the emeralds. So those are the kind of factors you want to look at when you're trying to get your life level up really quickly. It's like, okay, do I need to enchant a bunch of emeralds because I'm out of them and I don't have access to get more and I need to enchant more stuff? Or are you purely going for the life level points at the moment because you're good on all of your enchanting materials? You've got plenty of emeralds, you've got plenty of whatevers, and you're like, okay, which can I get more of? So golden derricks, because it's only 15 production points compared to 64 production points on emeralds, you'll be able to craft a whole lot more golden derricks for that same amount of production points. So if you're only going for the points, start crafting golden derricks. Pump them out. Don't worry about the emeralds because you're not going to be able to craft nearly as many emeralds with the amount of production points. Now, I had shown you this in the gathering video. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, it says remaining production points. I have 1,790 points left out of 4,300, which is the maximum I'm capable of having. Now, I showed you some of the different things you can drink that will bring your production points back up and how many production points each of them will give you. And right now, I can do the math and figure out how many points I have left, and then I could do the math and see, okay, for 15 production points each, I can do this many more of these golden derricks. That's the way I like to do it when I'm planning these things out. I try to maximize the most amount of points I can get for what I have left on my production points, or if I have a whole bunch of production point boosts that I can give myself back, then I don't worry too much about that. But again, those are factors you want to consider when you're trying to figure out your best route for you personally to get to that life level 60 quickly. Normally, when we have an enchanting event, I have normally already gathered up all kinds of equipment and weapons that I can possibly get my hands on, enchanting and crafting materials that I'm going to need. And I like to do it again when they have a enchanting event where it boosts my possibility for enchanting my gear. It doubles it so that I can get through more of them without losing as many enchanting materials. Because of course with Stormcry, you're going from 0 to level 1. Normally you only get a 26% chance to enchant from 0 to 1. You can frequently get a lot of fails. During the Stormcry enchanting event, that was boosted up to 52%, which is actually pretty close to what it is for the Frost Metal gear. So I have a much better chance of getting more enchantments on the Stormcry than I normally do, so I won't lose as many enchanting materials. So bear that in mind. Also look at, okay, what I'm trying to enchant here, what are my actual success rate? If you're in Infraxum and you got maybe a 12% chance of getting it up to the next level, you may not want to use Fraxum. If you got some Frost Metal on hand, you may want to enchant your Frost Metal. And the different levels of gear and weapons give you different life level amounts. And the lower the gear, like Frost Metal, I know because I was playing around with the numbers. If I go from 0 to 9 on my frost metal, that ends up being a total of 4,500 life experience with the boost that I have. I'll show you my boost in a second. And then just upgrading from frost metal to Stormcry gave me 2,000 points each time. And then from 0 to 9 on Stormcry, I was getting 9,000 points on each of those. So again, I showed you how to just do your math. Look at what points you have, work on whatever it is you plan on doing, whether it be gathering or crafting or enchanting. And then once you're done with that one item or that 10 items or whatever factor you want to go by, subtract what you currently have for item XP from what you had before you started, so you know how many points you're going to get towards your life level. And then figure out, because in some of your cases you may want to do it based on what you simply enjoy doing. You might not like crafting. You might be like, man, I don't want to sit there crafting a bunch of junk. All right, go fishing. See what you get when you get, you got a level 5 rod and you're mostly catching level 5 fish. See what kind of points you get each time you reel one in. And if you have a high level rod with some really good bait, maybe rainbow or whatever, popori bait, popo bait, whichever one gives you the bonus. And I'll do a fishing video later. I'm planning on doing that. See how many points you get when you can catch one of those golden fish, because that's going to be worth a lot more points than a simple level 5 fish. You know, and then start figuring out, okay, I'm just going to do some fishing for a while. And if you're not in a big hurry, you don't want to do it in 5 days like I did, you know, with these guys. In fact, this character, I believe, was around level 22 or something when I started, and then 5 days later, now she's at 59, ready to go. You figure out what you want to do to enjoy getting there, because that's the point of any video game. Is just have fun. You know, it's relax, enjoy yourself, have a good time. So you can go ahead and figure out from those items that we looked at to get to life level 60 what you really want to do. And if you're not in a big hurry, you don't want to do it in 5 days. Do it in a few months, do it in a year, whatever, not a big rush. Then just start looking at, okay, I'll just do a lot of fishing. You know, I'll go out and look for achievements to do for life achievements. You know, whatever you want to do. Gathering, I love gathering, and it's also a good way to make money in the trade broker, gathering certain materials or something like it. Do a lot of gathering, you know. And you may not even be like me where you want to do all the math and figure out, okay, if I do this many of this, then I need to do this thing this many times. That's just me. That's how I like to do stuff. If you just want to go out and gather and craft and enchant and not worry about how long it's going to take you to get there, hey, great, have fun. But because all those little points will add up, and eventually you will get to life level 60, even if you're not really focused on it the way I was with these 3 characters. Okay, now I think, look at my notes. Oh, the boosts. There we go. Now we talked about, let me just grab that. If you have elite gold, just because we're talking about crafting, I'll cover it in the crafting video later, you do get this 5 of these every day that increase your 200 production points. That's another way of getting an increase on your production points if you happen to have elite gold. Now, if you have elite gold, and you also get an extra buff for crafting, XP. Okay, that's for crafting XP. There we go. If you have elite gold, you get 50% additional contents level for your PvP, your adventure, your hunting, and your life XP. Okay, so if you have elite gold, you're going to get an extra 50% boost to your points. Now, the points I was talking about and I was showing you, I already have the boost for gold. And I'm going to show you another boost in a second. But let me look at silver first, because silver is also available out there. That's item XP. Okay, I don't think you get the boost for silver. And I know in my alt character, you're not going to get it for bronze. They don't sell bronze anymore. But when I saw they were taking bronze out of the store on my alternate gamer tags, I went and stocked up on bronze for them for a long time. So it's still active. You may still have some bronze, but you're not going to get boost for that. Now, the other boost for getting your life level experience points more quickly, consumables. I went in the Tera store. I'm in consumables. You have the contents level booster package. Each of these items lasts for 7 days. You got PvP, adventure, hunting, and living. If you look down at the bottom, you see Wisdom of Life 2, level 2. It gives you living level experience gain increased by 2 times when you use that. So if you're willing to spend some real world money, you can get this contents level booster package. It will give you all 4 of these, so you can work on different levels for whatever of the 4. But in this case, we're talking about life. So that little green hammer looking thing actually doubles your living level experience points. And again, the points I was showing and talking about are based on me having that running right now, because I do have it running, and on me having Elite Gold. Now, if you don't have Elite and you don't have this booster going, when you go and do your math the way I showed you to do, you are going to have less points than what I do, which is no big deal. That's fine. It just means you're not like me spending a bunch of money on a video game. You know, whatever. I like to waste money. I don't care. You know, it's still the same exact process though for everything that I discussed as far as looking at your points, how to do the math for it. It'll just take you a little bit longer. You won't do it in 5 days like I did from somewhere around 20 something to 60. Might take you, you know, a week or 10 days or whatever. Or if you don't have a whole bunch of the News tiers and crafter cure-alls or whatever, it may take you a real long time. I'm inserting this additional little piece of the video because I just realized when I did the original video, I forgot to mention one little important thing. We had discussed how to get certain boosts to get your life level points faster. But I forgot, and I told you how to buy them, but I forgot to mention that sometimes in the game, you will end up getting free boosts. Now, in this case, Hunter's Experience 1, which will not give you, it'll give you a 1.5 times, but right now we have an accumulated login event, and on day 21, we'll get a Hunter's Boost that gives you 1.5 times the points. Now, I don't think for this particular accumulated event we're going to get life level boosts, but just so you know, sometimes in the game, for different levels for life or hunting or PvP, you will end up getting free boosts. And I strongly recommend if you end up getting those, but you're not working on your hunting level or your life level or your whatever at the moment, you may want to save those kind of things up. Just like you want to save up crafting materials and enchanting items and things like that until you're ready to work on getting those experience points. So just you know, you don't always have to purchase some of those special boosts. Sometimes the game will give them to you for free. And now back to the original video. Like I was showing you with the points, you can always go into crafting and see how many production points you have. I think it normally takes me about 24 hours if I go all the way to 0 for it to max out, because you constantly regain production points over time. I did see someone online mention it takes 36, but I don't know if there's a difference between if you don't have Elite versus if you have Elite Gold. I'm not sure. And I haven't really looked at it closely and timed it anyway. So you can just do that yourself. Get yourself down to 0 production points. Check 24 hours later. If you're still not at max, check 36 hours later. Maybe you'll see. But in this case, what I'm talking about is the fact that you may not have a bunch of News tiers and aged crafter cure-alls and whatever, and you don't have access to them. You don't want to go buy them from the trade broker. So you can just do what you can do today based on the number of production points you have available. Then when you're done, you get down to 0. You're like, okay, I'm done for today. The next day, go in, do a few more. Next day, do a few more. You know, you don't have to power through it the way I did for like 5 days straight, you know. Take your time, enjoy yourself, have fun playing, you know. Go do your gathering, do your crafting, do your fishing, do your enchanting. Now, enchanting doesn't cost production points, so if you have plenty of materials for enchanting available and you have some gear or weapons or whatever, go ahead and do some enchanting. That doesn't cost production points. But and fishing, that's not going to cost you production points. But if you're gathering, that will cost you production points. Crafting will cost you production points. And if you happen to have plenty of gear and materials, you know, go ahead and do your crafting until you run out of production points. And if you have enchanting items available, go ahead and do your enchanting, because you won't have to worry about production points. Your production points will be building back up again while you're doing it. You know, there's all kinds of different ways of doing it, but to me, again, I just feel that enchanting and crafting the two fastest ways, and like I showed you, I went up 30 some levels in a period of like 5 days, just from doing those things. Okay, and I believe that was pretty much everything I wanted to cover as far as all the little tips, how to get the boosts, how to do the math so that you can tell what kind of points you're going to get for doing what. And like I said, you can figure out on your own what's best for you, how to do it. But for me, when I really want to power up life levels and get to life level 60, enchanting and crafting. Now, here we go. Done with all that. Oh, I need to go to my parcel post. So I wanted to do this video yesterday, but after I was done with work and I finally got her up her last few levels, I was just too tired to try it, so I waited an extra day to actually do the video. So in her case, I need to go into crafting. And no, I don't. I need to go into my inventory. Change that. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Frost metal sleeves. All right, you see, right before I do this, I'm currently life level 59, 98.8%. Going into my inventory. Frost metal sleeves. And I'm going to enchant a frost metal sleeve to +1. Oh, I thought that was going to be all I needed. So let's enchant another one to +2 now. And I failed. I thought I was going to pop it immediately. Okay, let's keep doing this. Another fail. Oh, come on. 66% chance. Let's do this. Wow. You can see sometimes the enchants don't work the way you expect them to. I'm just going from frost metal, which is one of the worst things about using enchanting. If you fail a lot, you're going to waste a lot of enchanting material. There it went. You see how that green light flashed on her? She just achieved, and you see Terminated Arborea Economy showed up in the lower right-hand corner there. That was my feat for achieving level 60, life level, and now I can go into my parcel post, and I told you I'd be showing you this. These are the items you get when you get to life level 60. A bunch of metamorphic emblems, a skill manual to cool down your auto fishing more quickly, signal manual for lucky, you get a smart dyad Neviot structure, and a diamond. And you can see on the left, it gives me 5,500 gold. I spent a whole lot more money than 5,500 gold to get to this level, but I'll take that. So I'm going to go ahead and accept all my items. Nothing super amazing there, just stuff they give you. Now, for what most people are going to be going for it for, though, and you can see we're at life level 60 now. Reward for the next level achievement, reach max level. So there are no more rewards because that's it. I'm at the top of the life levels. Now, if I go to titles, for those of you who used to play a couple years ago and you quit playing, you remember we've always had the titles. Now, they recently made this change where certain titles give you certain boosts as long as you have that title in use or active. Like Beyond the Limit was for my Apex skill thing, and you can see that gave me an extra power of 1. All those that have the green arrows next to them give you some sort of a boost in the game. What we just achieved was Loose Cannon. That's the shiny gold title you actually get for achieving life level 60, and it raises your max HP by 4%. So that is the special benefit you get by wearing that, you know, other than just looking all cool because you have a shiny gold title. So now you can see my Mystic now has her Loose Cannon shiny gold title for life level 60. And I believe I've completed all the tips and, you know, benefits, whatever, the advice, that's the word I'm looking for, that I wanted to give you for it. However, I'm not quite done. Because like I mentioned, I've been working on 3 characters all at the same time while we had the Stormcry enchanting event going on. For a period of 5 days, I actually worked on 3 different characters. Normally, I will do 1 character at a time during an enchanting event and normally get from level 20-something to 60 in 2 days, a Saturday and a Sunday. Because I'm not working those days, I have the whole day off. And if I'm not working too hard on it, it might take me 3 whole days. You know, maybe I have to work on it Monday after work. You know, or if the event just happens to fall on a 3-day weekend because it's a holiday, you know. Now that was my Mystic. My Lancer is the next one I want to show you, because she is one of the 3 I've also been working on for the past few days to get to life level 60. I just want to turn chat off because I hate chat. Okay. Got her standing here just so I can have a pretty background. Now, in her case, again, I will show you the parcel post stuff. You see all the life level increases there. What was that last one? That was on February 2nd, a couple days ago. And you can see over that past few days, right before it, she got a whole bunch of life levels. Just through, in her case, mostly enchanting as opposed to crafting. But then she also was doing crafting when I was running out of emeralds. She's the one I went ahead and made a artisan to be able to make emeralds. So you can see in just the past few days, she went up a whole bunch of life levels. And she is currently level 59, very, very close to level 60. And I'm going to go into my inventory. You can see she did a lot of enchanting there for a while. Frost metal. All right, I'm going to enchant a frost metal from 0 to hopefully I don't get a bunch of fails again. That sucked. There you go. Shiny green glowy thing for a couple of seconds. She just achieved life level 60, and you saw Terminated Arborea economy feat pop up down at the lower right corner of the screen. And now we can go into our parcel post. See, we have a new message. And once again, those are your rewards you get when you achieve life level 60. And we will go ahead and accept those. No point reading them all over again because it's basically the same stuff. Can't remember if it was the same signal manual or not. I think you get the same one. I don't know. You'll find out when you get to life level 60. And again, the important part for a lot of people is going to be now we're life level 60, max level. And we're going to go to our title. And again, that was loose cannon that we just achieved for life level 60. It's going to give us an extra 4% to our maximum health points. But it's also just going to look real pretty when we enable it. There we go. Now we've achieved life level 60 for 2 characters at the same time. We're not done yet. Like I said, I was working on 3 characters over that period of 5 days. While we had the Stormcry enchanting event going on. And my other one is my Berserker. But to be honest, I messed up with the Berserker. I meant to pop her with the shiny green glowy thing the same way I did with the other 2. Unfortunately, a couple of days ago while I was doing crafting for a whole bunch of golden derricks, I accidentally miscalculated, and she's technically level 60 now. Even, you know, she technically got it 2 days ago. But what I did do was I have not yet collected the rewards from my parcel post, but you can see all those rewards for life level increase in one day and then in another day, and we happen to have lucky pouches going on at the same time or whatever. So she went up quite a few in the past. She was already around, I think, level 40 something because I had worked on her before, so she didn't have that many levels to go. But as you can see, you know, the signal manual is lucky again, so maybe it's the same one all the time. I don't know. But the same rewards we just got for 2 of our characters. And you can see on the date, she just finished that up on February 2nd. Today's February 4th. You saw how many she got within a period of just a couple of days from her parcel post. There goes all my rewards. Unfortunately, she already got the feat, so the feat's not going to pop up for us this time. And you can see that was all within a period of a day or 2 there. And again, life level 60, max level. Get our title now. Oh, she actually has the founder title right now because my Berserker was actually the very first character I created in Tera when it first came to console a few years ago. And they originally had all these packages you could buy online for the introduction of the game to the console. and that included Founder title. And shortly after the game actually started on console, they did away with those packs. So the only way to get that Founder title, and I've been happy and proud to wear that Founder title for the past few years, but I'm also going to be happy to wear my shiny gold life level 60 title, which is up here, Loose Cannon. So again, it's going to raise our max HP by 4%. Loose Cannon is the title that we were given for achieving life level 60. It is now activated or in use. And there you have it. 3 characters all at the same time getting life level 60 and their Loose Cannon title. Not sure how many other videos have 3 people getting to life level 60 or any other level 60 at the same time, but there, now you've seen one. I do have 5 characters that are currently hunting level 60 and have the Alpha Go title. I will do a separate video for those. And that is it for this video. Those are all the tips and suggestions I currently have to help you get to life level 60 and get your Loose Cannon title as quickly as possible. So until next time, have a good day.